Hey, I'm Dr. J. I'm a prosthodontist at East Hill Dental in Englewood, New Jersey. I'm starting a short video series explaining common dental treatments. My goal is to introduce you to dental concepts and the terms that we use so you can have a clear conversation with your dentist. And if that dentist happens to be me, hey, even better. Today we're talking about crowns. Before we dive in, let's make sure we're speaking the same language. Let's start by defining a few key terms and go over some basics.
Your tooth has two main parts, the crown and the root. The crown is the part you see and use for chewing, while the root sits in the bone and holds the tooth securely in place. When dentists talk about placing a crown, we mean cementing a custom-made covering, usually made of zirconia, over your natural tooth. That covering is also called a crown, which can definitely get a little confusing. Let's simplify it. If it's part of your body, we'll call it natural. The tooth you were born with is your natural tooth. It has a natural crown, the part you see, and a natural root, the part in the bone. Even if that tooth has a filling, it's still your natural tooth. The crown we cement on top is an artificial crown. For simplicity, we usually just call it a crown. So when we say we're going to cement a crown on your tooth, what we really mean is that we're cementing an artificial crown onto your prepared natural crown. How do we prepare a tooth for a crown? We use dental burrs, along with a high-speed handpiece to shape the natural crown of the tooth. Essentially, we make a smaller, properly contoured version of itself. In essence, creating an environment so the new crown fits securely and creates a healthy, cleansable environment for your gums. Once reshaped, this prepared tooth is referred to as your natural core, the stable foundation that your new crown will be permanently placed over. To create your custom-made crown, an impression of the prepared tooth is taken and sent to the dental laboratory. During your first visit, the tooth is prepared to receive the crown, an impression is made, and a temporary acrylic crown is fabricated and cemented in place. This temporary crown remains until your permanent zirconia crown is returned from the lab and ready to be placed. Once the lab receives the impression, they create a stone model and fabricate the crown using the dimensions of the prepared tooth and the surrounding teeth. At your second visit, the crown is fitted and permanently cemented into place. And happy chewing.
The three most common reasons why you might need a crown are because a tooth has a large cavity or filling, because the tooth is fractured, or because the tooth has had root canal treatment. Let's talk about these three.
One of the key factors in the longevity of a tooth is how much of its native structure remains intact. When decay develops, it doesn't simply discolor the tooth. It actively destroys the tooth structure from within, weakening it in the process. The same principle applies to large fillings. While filling material restores the shape and basic function of a tooth, it does not restore its original strength. The tooth has been repaired, but it has not been made whole. Put simply, a tooth with a small filling is a stronger tooth than one with a large filling, and a stronger tooth is a longer-lasting one. The same holds true for fractured teeth. One of the key factors in the longevity of a tooth is how much of its native structure remains intact. When a tooth fractures, the remaining structure is often insufficient to support a filling or bonding alone, and in those cases, a crown becomes necessary. A crown encircles the entire tooth, redistributing chewing forces evenly so that pressure is not concentrated at the fracture site. In doing so, it both rebuilds and reinforces the tooth, allowing you to chew comfortably and confidently once again. A tooth that has undergone root canal therapy presents its own unique vulnerability. During the procedure, the nerve and blood supply are removed, and the access needed to reach them requires hollowing out a significant portion of the tooth's core structure. The result is a tooth that is far more susceptible to fracture than an intact tooth, or even one with a large filling. For this reason, a crown is not simply recommended after root canal therapy. In most cases, it is essential. It protects what remains, reinforces the hollowed structure, and gives the tooth the best possible chance of functioning for years to come.
That concludes our discussion on crowns. In our next video, we'll be talking about dental bridges. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Visit us at esildental.com and go to the Q&A page, or simply use the link in the caption below to reach out. Till then, see you next video. Same bad time, same bad channel.